Hello sir, my name is Fauzi Akbar Surahman and this is my advanced listening here. The first video is How to Learn Anything by Josh Kaufman. In his TEDx talk, The First 20 Hours How to Learn Anything, Josh Kaufman challenges the popular belief that mastering a skill requires 10,000 hours of practice. He clarifies that the 10,000-hour rule applies to becoming world-class in highly specialized fields, not to achieving basic competence. Kaufman argues that with just 20 hours of focus, deliberate practice, anyone can go from knowing nothing to being reasonably good at a skill. The key is to approach learning strategically, choose one skill at a time, set a clear and achievable goal, break the skill into smaller sub-skills, and do only enough research to start practicing. He emphasizes the importance of removing barriers to practice, such as distractions or inconvenient setups, so that engaging in the skill becomes effortless. By committing to short, consistent daily sessions, around 45 minutes a day for a month, you can quickly overcome the initial frustration barrier and start seeing a real progress. Often noticeable within the first few hours. After 20 hours, you can decide whether to continue improving or move on to something else, knowing that the goal was never perfection but practical, satisfying progress. The second video is What Makes You Special by Mariana Atencio. Mariana Atencio begins by sharing her deeply personal journey from childhood in Caracas, Venezuela, to the unfamiliar surroundings of Brainerd, Minnesota, where she and her sister were sent to summer camp at age 7. She vividly recounts how being different, speaking broken English, and looking unlike her peers initially isolated her. The other kids questions like, do you go to school on a donkey or a canoe? Weren't malicious, but displayed how jarringly unfamiliar she seemed to them. Over time, though, through perseverance and empathy, she began to form meaningful connections, and she learned that belonging doesn't happen by chance, it must be cultivated. Years later, as a high schooler in Connecticut, Atencio again confronted differences when her roommate Fatima, a Muslim girl wearing a headscarf, challenged her preconceptions. She admits candidly that she initially resisted this difference, failing to recognize how hurtful it felt until she herself became the outsider. This realization took shape when participating in a school talent show. While emulating Shakira, her own cultural icon, via a dance performance, she felt seen and special. At that moment, she recognized that Fatima and others deemed different deserve to be seen that way too. These experiences shaped her worldview and professional path. Returning to Venezuela, she realized that developing empathy and perspective gave her a unique strength qualities she sought to bring into journalism, especially as her country's media began to fall under censorship. Her father's encouragement to leave Venezuela to pursue journalism in the US crystallized her purpose. Being different could be a powerful asset rather than a liability. And the third video is It is Okay Not to Have a Plan by Mitila Palkar. In her TEDx talk, Indian actress Mitila Palkar shares a heartfelt and inspiring message that it's okay to embark on life's journey without a rigid plan. She recalls growing up with the societal pressure of following a conventional path, study hard, graduate, and secure a decent job, yet she found herself irresistibly drawn to storytelling and performance. Even without a blueprint, she followed that calling along the way. She faced rejections, especially during auditions, but turned them into invaluable lessons that built her resilience rather than fixating on outcomes. She urges us to experiment courageously, give our best in every moment, and let opportunities unfold organically. As she puts it, the real beauty lies in embracing life's randomness and trusting that passion and perseverance will pave the way. And the fourth video is How to Achieve Your Most Ambitious Goals by Stephen Jr. Stephen Jr. reveals how adopting a distinct decision-making mindset transformed his life from that of an unfocused student into a high-achieving individual capable of tackling extraordinary feats. Growing up, Junior struggled academically and could focus for only about 5 to 10 minutes at a time. Rather than expecting sudden discipline, he made a marginal adjustment. Whenever faced with a daunting text like reading several chapters, he instead break it down into tiny manageable actions, such as reading just a few paragraphs at once. After completing each small text, he take a break, shoot some hoops, sketch, play a game, then return fresh. Not necessarily to the same subject, but to another brief text in a different area. This simple yet powerful approach turned his grades around and ultimately led him to top-tier graduate programs and prestigious roles, including head of currency option trading at major institutions. By focusing on making the right small decisions rather than fixating on the end goal, Dinier demonstrates how ambitious, seemingly unattainable targets like learning German, setting a Guinness World Record, or skydiving become realistically achievable through consistent incremental progress. The fifth video, What You Didn't Know About Language Barriers, by Roxane Pomeranz. In her engaging TEDxBGU talk, Roxane Pomeranz challenges our assumptions about language barriers, urging us to look beyond the surface. She opens by posing a question: how many of us speak more than one language? And how many speak more than two? This simple yet probing question sets the tone for her exploration of how language shapes and sometimes limits connection. Through compelling examples, she reveals that communication breakdowns aren't always rooted in inability but often in context, interpretation, and unspoken expectations, making language both a bridge and a barrier. She explains that misunderstandings frequently arise not from vocabulary gaps but from differences in cultural meanings, implications, or the subtle way words are framed. Ultimately, Pomeranz invites us to expand our awareness, encouraging empathy, patience, and curiosity as tools to dismantle invisible walls between speakers of diverse languages. That's it for me, sir. Thank you very much.